Section 1.1, Example 2 on page 4, we have a fraction bar may act as a grouping symbol. A fraction bar indicates division. Any fraction a over b can also be written as a times 1 over b. You can use this fact and the distributive property to rewrite some fractions as sums or differences. So example 2 says, what sum or difference is equivalent to 7x plus 2 over 5? What this is asking us to do is take this fraction and split it into two fractions so that we have a sum or a difference in between the fractions. Now, the book does this in a very complicated way. If you remember learning about fractions, you can only add or subtract fractions if they have a common denominator. So we're going to keep this denominator a 5 and then just go ahead and split these two up. That gives us 7x over 5 plus 2 over 5. Then you want to check, can I simplify either of these? So 7 over 5 cannot be simplified, and 2 over 5 cannot be simplified. So you are actually done just by separating it. Now, the book does it a little different. So here is the actual work. They separate the 1 over 5 first, and then say it's 1 over 5 times 7x plus 2, because technically that's what the notes in the blue box said we could do. Then they used the distributive property. So they took this 1 over 5 and distribute it back in, and that gives us 1 over 5 times 7x plus 1 over 5 times 2, which therefore becomes 7 over 5x plus 2 over 5, which is the exact same answer we got just by splitting it up. You can choose to do this either way. You can just split them up with the same denominator, or you can factor out and have two factors and then distribute, which is more work, but you should get the same answer either way. So for problem number 3, write each fraction as a sum or difference. 22 minus 2n over 2. Be sure to check if you can simplify.